We are going beyond the studio. It's Nikki Woods with Vickie Winans on blackamericaweb.com. Now, Vickie just finished her in-studio jam performance
Yes.
early in the morning.
Oh my God. Oh my God. How embarrassing is that? I'm a night singer. So this 5 o'clock or six
But
o'clock in the morning.
church. Don't you sing in church?
At 6 o'clock in the, I don't, is Jesus up at
Sunrise.
6 o'clock?
Sunrise service.
I
None
asked
of that.
Tom when I got here. I said, "Listen, this early. I just was wondering."
Well, it counted as church today for Tom. Whenever
Yes.
we get a good gospel song, it counts as church. So
He-
Tom might be done for the rest of the year.
He might.
So you have a new CD out.
Yes.
Tell us about the new CD.
It's called How I Got Over, and it's what's so good about it. It's on my own record label, and I worked so hard, and I really want everybody to have it. Not to make me famous, God does that. Promotion comes from Him, but because there's songs in there that people need to hear. Like one song, number one, How I Got Over is just a jam, and then number two, the song Release It, the second song on the record, is the song that I believe is going to really, really catapult this record into the whatever's, because people need to let that hurting past go.
So talk about that, because I know, in all of your songs you talk about, being up and being down. And I know
Yes.
that you've talked about your own pain and some things that you've gone through.
Right.
So how do people start to do that, to release that, to get over it, to get past it and move on?
Well, number one, you have to recognize that that's what I learned Pro Tools. So because I didn't want to have an engineer in the studio when I was trying to do this.
You
song.
learned Pro Tools?
I learned Pro
You go,
Tools.
girl.
All of
Still
those
learning Pro
vocals,
Tools.
right? All those vocals on my record, I learned those. I was in there by myself.
Wow.
And this particular song, the song Release It, and How I Go Over, and the other ones, but Release It took me 4 days, and I had a deadline. Walmart was trying to get they had everybody was crunching me, and I've had so many hurt and pain stories in my life. I don't think there's nothing anybody can say to me that I haven't gone through, from the death of my daughter to overweight, underweight, sick, almost dying, being evicted out of my home, calling the police, telling them that my car was stolen. In 15 minutes, he came and told me they had the key because it was the repo man. I mean, I just have been through it all. And people hurting your feelings. People come up to you and say some of them. They used to backstab you. Now they just front stab you. So I just got a lot of hurt in my past, broken promises, failures. And so every time I would get to a certain part in this particular song, I would just cry. I mean, literally, I cannot cry and sing. So in doing that, I would have to shut the studio down because I couldn't get past it. So this is the fourth day, 12 hours of this. I mean, it was just overwhelmingly depressing for me. I shut it down, went downstairs, got on my computer. I mean, I stood in front of myself, having a pity party, as we do with ourselves, and just saying, forget it. I'm not putting this song on there. I don't care, whatever. I can't even get over my own hurt to even tell anybody else about it. And just like I'm talking to you, this small, still voice, Lord spoke to me and said, if you can't sing it, then talk it. So I said, oh, okay. Well, I went back upstairs, and I revved everything back up, and I put myself on record. And I just got my laptop out and started to write the things that I wanted to say that I couldn't sing. And that's what's on the CD. And that's what's actually helping everybody to get over some stuff. It just says, lift your hands as I sing words that will make things in life so much better. Just believe in His word. And let's just let this stuff go. Release it. And that's, I mean, I'm tearing up just even thinking about it.
Yeah. But I think that's an awesome testimony, because so many people, I think, that aren't in this business look at women who have achieved so much, and look at women who have such a strong faith,
right.
and belief in God, and think they're good.
Oh God,
they're good. There's
good.
nothing that they can say to me in the pain that I'm feeling, because they've never been there.
Oh, I've been there.
And so for you to be so open about your pain, I mean, I think helps all of us.
Yeah, divorce. I mean, you get up in the morning and don't even want to be yourself. I mean, how hard is that? To have to get up in the morning and not want to be you, because people have either destroyed your self-esteem, walked out on you. The most hurting thing is to be cheated on. Just people start up rumors on you, and it's really, 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 really hard. And so I I tried to sing this song. I wrote it with a guy down in Memphis, and I just tried to sing something that I felt that would help these people to try to come across some of this, because I cannot let my past dictate my future, and that's why we can't move, because we hold it on to all of this.
It's like an anchor that just keeps us in the same place.
Exactly.
In the same place.
Just lift your hands up. They serve as antennas, and just start to, first of all, you got to forgive yourself. I'm talking teen pregnancies, wedlock, out of wedlock, but whatever. I don't care what it is. We got to be able to let this stuff go, because if we don't, we cannot bring anything more new into our lives, holding on to our past. And it has really blessed me. I am so much freer. I am so much, I don't, especially somebody comes up and call you, oh my God, I thought you were cuter than that. Being my sister, people say stuff like that.
No, I know.
I talked to you on the phone. I thought you looked different. What is that? Oh, you got such a pretty face, and your whole bottom is like 300 pounds.
Right.
I've been through all that, and that stuff hurts. And, and you have to, even if sometimes you lose the weight, you still have that fat mentality, in your mind.
Yep.
I've been through that. I have been through it all.
And I think it's interesting as African American women, I think that we tend to internalize it more than other people.
Yes.
And we make it more about us than the fact that the chick that called you and thought you were, cuter on the phone than you are in person is just crazy.
Yes,
you know what I mean? It's like we
exactly.
make it somehow it's wrong. We're wrong.
Exactly.
And then we keep that inside, and we isolate ourselves because we think nobody else could possibly be dealing with what we're dealing.
Absolutely. And girl, I got up in them. It was so bad. One time I was after my divorce. I would get up in the morning and literally I have to put my smile on with my clothes. It was just one piece, and you have to go out, and who knows how I was hurting, the pain that I was feeling. And see, a lot of times when you release this stuff, the smiles that, I got this big old smile with all these teeth, and people think, wow, she just got, no, honey. I have had many a night that I've drank tears for water. And trust me, it's not a easy feeling. But it's so much better for me now, even through the words of that particular song. When you're feeling down and you're all depressed and your heart is hurting and your mind is stressed over past failures, broken promises, don't worry, just let it go. And if you fall, get back up. And if man don't choose to forgive you, God will. No more shame, no more blame. Hold your head up high, lift your hands and release it. That's what that song is about. And that's what now I'm so much better. It's that when you fall. Because nowadays, that internet, they can scandalize you in a matter of 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And really, and to be honest with you, somebody said, did you go in there and read your comments? It don't matter what you think. It matters what he knows.
Absolutely.
And when you get to that place,
Absolutely.
people can't hurt your feelings. And that's a graduating class I had to pass. It took me I was one of them special ed students.
I was going to say, you keep getting the class over and over. You got to repeat it until
I was special ed,
pass
girl.
the
Oh, my God, help me. But I'm better now.
So now that you have your own label, tell people how they can get the new CD so that they can experience.
Oh, yes. And then you can get the new CD on my website at VickieWinans.com. You can also go to any Walmart. You can get it anywhere. In any of the larger, Targets and places like that, Best Buy. You can get it in any of those stores. And I just want you to have it so you can hear these songs of how I got over. That's the whole title, because my mom had 12 children. Churn,
Churn,
girl.
so many she had to take the D out.
Girl. After you have 10 kids, the rest it's just churn. She said, get the churn, let's go. We knew who we was.
And there were how many girls? 7?
It's
Is it
8
7?
girls,
8 girls
and 4 boys.
Wow.
And we had an old black Chevrolet, and she would, depending on how fast you got your hairbrush, get a ride at church. She'd get us in there. She'd just throw us in there, some head be pressed against the window, and he'd be head going this way. And I knew my head was down one day because I saw the ground. You could see the ground was moving.
The floorboards?
Right. Oh yeah. That's how you knew you was moving. I saw the ground. So, and the rest of the people who couldn't fit, you just run alongside the car like you was in a line of fire. And so that's how I got the song, How I Got Over, because she used to, once we all finally got to church, and we would all sit there because, we all wore glasses. Oh, my God. First of all, let me just give you this bit of advice. If your first 2 children are nearsighted, don't keep on having children, because your baby's subject to be blind. I mean, seriously.
It deteriorates the more children you have?
Why would you care? Girl, all of us, and my daddy, my daddy, my dad, we would get like a medium strength glasses because you get them free from the Union Hall. And girl, if it was too much medicine in them, you had to hold them out. And if it wasn't enough, you put them on and you still was squinting. So what is that? But anyway, she had she would just get a box and we just grab a pair. It had all one strength, one strength. Go ahead. What was you asking me?
You know what? I'm just so. I think I'm so amazed at your story. And just talking to you earlier, you've got a beauty salon. You've got
Well, I have it's a wig
like
salon.
A megaplex.
Yeah.
She's got a record label, a wig salon, costume.
I do it all.
And jewelry
I manage
store.
myself, and people really don't get that. I manage myself. Well, see, my concept is this. Why do I need to pay you 20% when somebody looking for me? Now, just think about that.
And you've been in the business so long, I'm sure you probably know more than most people who would try to manage you.
Yeah, but I mean, and if somebody looking for me, hi, I'd like to book Vickie Winans. Well, I'm already here. I don't need to pay nobody 20% of what you can pay me. Some people may need that. I just don't need it. I mean, I like to work. I really work.
Obviously.
Hard.
It's appearance because you made it here for your in-studio jam.
Yeah. Oh, God, this.
It's Vickie Winans. And you can check out the in-studio jam. Actually, you can see 2 of your older songs and 2 new songs from the album, and they're up now on blackamericaweb.com. It's Nikki Woods and Vickie Winans. We went beyond the studio for the Tom Joyner Morning Show.
You're so sweet, Nikki.
Oh, please.
Love you. Thank you, Tom.